Keith Wallahan is the Liberal MP for the seat of Menzies. That includes suburbs like Doncaster. Keith Wallahan, good morning. How are you going?
Good morning, Raf, and good morning to your listeners. I'm good, thank you.
How are you feeling about your seat?
You know what? You sort of let yourself go at this stage of a campaign where, you do everything that you can, but there's some comfort in that it's over to the people. And I really enjoyed those chats on the line. And, I'll be honest, sometimes you see the polls and you get down in the dumps, but then you remind yourself that you've been in your seat for 3 years, and I'd like to think every day I've given my all, and people are very generous in telling you that when they walk through the line.
Those conversations you mentioned, is there one conversation that has stuck with you the most with someone who you're trying to get to vote for you?
There's a few where people, they'll have strong opinions on the leader, or they'll have strong opinions on nuclear, or they'll have strong opinions on something else, and you expect them to then say, and that's why I'm not voting for you. And then they'll say, but I'm still going to vote for you. And they'll say something you did 2 years ago that I might have forgotten. And it's really heartwarming that, our role as a member for an area is above politics. It's above our parties. And on all sides, I know that the members of the House of Representatives take that role really seriously, from citizenship ceremonies to schools to volunteer groups to mostly thanking people for what they do for the community rather than us asking them to give us their vote.
Mary Doyle was saying she's been a bit surprised, I think, by what she called something like the venom of the attack against her. There's a crime sign that I've heard about that ends on, what are you going to do about a Bloody Mary? That sort of thing. It's been a bit personal, according to her. Has it been personal for you in your seat of Menzies?
It has, and if that's happened to Mary, I'm sorry about that. I've heard of tough fights in different seats. It hasn't been in Menzies. My Labor opponent, the independent candidate, and the minor parties, we've all shared numbers. We're mostly at the same pre-poll. We had a selfie with each other yesterday. We give each other food. It's actually quite polite. And you know what? I've tried to run a positive campaign, and, we don't always get it right. Our volunteers don't always get it right. But from my Labor opponent, who's a really decent, competent person, and if he is the member for Menzies tomorrow, he will be an excellent member for Menzies. I think the people in my seat have a good choice, and that's why I feel comfort in trusting them to make a decision, because the way the campaigns have been conducted in Menzies on both sides have been honourable.
Are you supposed to say that? It'd be great if my opponent won. He'd be a great MP. Like, people don't normally say that.
I, of course, want him to lose, but if he won, he would be. I'm sure he would be, and I think that's okay to say that. And I'd like to think he would say the same as well in return. We've been on 774 ourselves. We've had another debate on other channels. So, and I've complimented him on it. He doesn't have the media experience I've had over 3 years, yet he did a really good job. So. That's okay. And again, I trust the voters of Menzies to make their choice, assessing not just the policies that are on offer, but the character and competence of the candidates that each party and independents are putting forward.
We're in the seat of Aston. You heard from Mary Doyle, the Labor MP. We are talking to Keith Wallahan, the Liberal MP for Menzies. We did try to get the Liberal candidate on the radio here, unavailable, which has sadly happened a few too many times. Keith, I'm going to see if I can stretch the friendship. You mentioned that your Labor opponent would be a good MP for Menzies. Would Anthony Albanese be a good Prime Minister in a second term?
I think Peter Dutton would be a better Prime Minister. So I really do. I really do. And I know, again, whilst the campaign has been conducted, with civility in Menzies, it hasn't been nationally. And again, neither side has clean hands. I get that. But this has been a scare campaign like I haven't seen before. I wouldn't sit in a party room that wasn't fully committed to our healthcare system. I don't want a United States healthcare system, and I don't know anyone in the Liberal Party room who does either, including Peter Dutton. Yet if you were to
Can I challenge you on your word scare campaign? Peter Dutton spent more than a year saying Anthony Albanese is weak, out of his depth, he's deserting various parts of the community. I mean, that's the same, isn't it, as what you say has been said about your health policy?
It's not the same. It is about holding the government to account, and it is about whether there is a source and evidence and it's honest. And so the scare campaign on Medicare is a dishonest campaign, and it's not the first time it's been run. It's get rolled out every election, and they roll it out because it does work to some effect. But I think people are getting sick of it, and I think they recognise it as a scare campaign.
And what I want to know from you, Keith Wallahan, is given all of that, and you're allowed to, as a Liberal, say that about Labor's campaign, I don't know how much this question is important, but who won the campaign? Who ran a better campaign? Anthony Albanese or Peter Dutton?
We're still in it. It is premature for anyone, especially someone who's in it, to actually comment on the campaign. 60% of the people in my seat haven't voted. And so I respect that process. So the campaign's not over. Each party and the media and the country, that they'll all reflect and dissect on the campaign. And again, if your side is victorious, well, then everything went right. If your side lost, then people will say, well, everything went wrong. But that's not how life works. There's good and bad points in every campaign. And the important point is, after the dust has settled, that you look at it and you take your time looking at it. You don't rush to judgment. And let's see what happens tomorrow night. But again, let's let the people have their say. They haven't had it yet.
Any regrets from your campaign?
No, not locally. I've actually enjoyed it. That's why whatever happens tomorrow night, I feel okay. That's why I'm happy to let go and give it to the people of Menzies. I don't have regrets here in Menzies.
Thank you for your time, Keith.
Thanks, Raf.
Keith Wallahan's the Liberal MP for the seat of Menzies.